In Fallout 76, there's a lot of guns to pick from for your builds. And while some just fit your build more than others, there are just general guns that are just good for every build. And while these guns are not the full meta, they are definitely very good for most builds you use, and they're pretty good for certain circumstances too. I have 5 guns here that are pretty good for most builds, whether that be your secondary weapon, or even your main weapon. And while all these guns are very good, I do have this in a bit of a tier list, so we're going to start from the weakest gun to the strongest. Now arguably the weakest gun here is the handmade, but before you click off, just give me a minute, let me explain. The handmade is a very good gun for stealth builds. However, this gun is just not good when you're not doing a stealth build. Now the handmade is very good at crowd control also, because it can handle multiple enemies in seconds. They barely even get to breathe. The problem is when it comes to mini bosses. Even something like Behemoth that isn't that hard to kill, it kind of struggles with. And while you can change up some of the legendaries I had on it, Furious is arguably the best legendary, and it still couldn't make it obliterate this boss. Overall, this weapon is very good in VATS and stealth builds, but I wouldn't use it as a main weapon. A lot of the other guns on this list can solo Behemoths, Myloid Queens. They can do all that a lot better than this gun can. And for that, I'm gonna have to just say, keep it as a secondary, don't try to make it a primary. And right next to it, I'm sadly gonna have to put the Railway Rifle next, because while it's a very good gun, and it can be a primary, it has its drawbacks. For example, it has a very low base ammo, and while yes, they are upping it in the next update, it's just not good. So the only way to use it effectively is probably using Crods, which is what I do, which while it does increase the ammo a lot, it also reduces your damage output. Now thankfully there is a legendary variant called the Ticket to Revenge, and yes, that is a lot better because that has a base like odd-ish legendary, which gives it 30 rounds instead of 10. I think it's 15 with the automatic receiver. But then it also has Furious. So when you get the Ticket to Revenge, you should keep it because it's good. It's really good. It also has a very slow fire rate, but in what it lacks for fire rate, it has in damage. It hits like a truck. Granted, mine does have bullies, which increases its damage a lot when you disable limbs. However, it's pretty good on its own too. I've gotten this gun to do 1000 damage easily with only just a couple perk cards. Overall, this gun is very good. I wouldn't use it in stealth builds like the handmade, but it is a very good weapon that could totally make your primary. I personally recommend it in VAT builds, but honestly you just use it in most loud builds. It's just that good. Now the next gun, good luck getting stealth because it's the Harpoon gun. The Harpoon gun is a very big gun, and it's scary. For what the base Harpoon gun lacks, it has one ammo mod that makes it broken. Flechette rounds, I think I said that right. This basically turns your Harpoon gun into a shotgun, which unsurprisingly, a shotgun that deals a bunch of damage is kinda crazy. While this gun will not shred bosses smoothly, it will take chunks of their health for fun, because at the end of the day, it does over thousands of damage in one shot. Hell, the only reason it's not higher on the list is just because there's another gun that does the same thing, but incredibly fast and very consistent. Because sadly, while this gun can do that much damage, you have to heavily rely on Tormentor and Easy Target, which all require disabling limbs. But overall, I would still recommend this gun. I recommend at least trying it, seeing if you like the playstyle. And hey, if you don't, you can always just skip out on it. Speaking of shotguns though, the double barrel is also very good. Now a lot of people are probably thinking about talking about the cold shoulder, but in reality I'm not gonna. Just because while it is good, it's also semi-hard to get, and the double barrel can do about the same if not more on its own. Now the double barrel has a lot of mods on it that give it so much damage. I have done easily over 2000 just casually with this gun. And while this gun does rely on cards, like the Harpoon gun, it does have a lot more benefits to it. For example, it's a small gun, so you have a lot more limb damage stuff for it, and on top of that, small guns can have accuracy boosts a lot more than heavy guns, so therefore you can easily get Tormentor and Easy Target to proc, just because of how fast you can disable limbs with this gun. It also annihilates health bars if you have Crod on it, just because you can spam it really fast unlike the Harpoon gun. Now finally, a gun that just got buffed recently, and honestly you might not be shocked about this, it's the light machine gun. As of the last patch, they added a bunch of new receivers for the LMG, including a 308 receiver, which increased its damage significantly. While this gun does burn through ammo, it does so much damage to enemies, and honestly, you really don't need much perk cards to make it do that much. Literally, the only thing stopping you is your aim, because if you're like me in this gameplay, yeah, you ain't gonna hit anything. There are also other receivers for it. The 308 is arguably the best, but there's a 45 receiver, ultra set receiver, all that stuff. It really depends on your build. For this gameplay, I was doing a VATS build, so I made it build around VATS more. Basically just ignoring things that increase my AP cost. Now this is the only gun in this build that I could say that is both a primary and a secondary, just because of how much damage it does and how fast you can kill almost everything. Although if you're gonna keep it as a secondary, I would keep it at 45 ammo, or probably even 5.56, just because it'd be so much cheaper. Now I've told you about all these guns, but we have one problem. Where are they? How do I get the plans for these so I can get their attachments and stuff? Well, the main reason I have been saying their plans when I talk about them is because they're all at the same place. There is 2 guns on this list we have to go out of your way to get the plans from. And even then, one of them is at the same place. I just don't know if they're guaranteed there or not. If you're interested in the handmade, railway rifle, or the harpoon gun, you need to go to the White Springs Mall. If you go to the White Springs Mall on your map, and then go to the left of its travel icon, you see that there's a north entrance. If you teleport there, you can teleport straight into the mall. Once you teleport in and go straight and take a left, you'll see this place called the Arum. At least I think that's how you pronounce it. And then you go in and talk to this vendor. This vendor has every plan I just mentioned. Now I will say it will be a little expensive to buy all these plans. What you can do is throw on a hard bargain and max out your charisma. And when you do that, it should reduce the price significantly. Now once you're done there, if you want the LMG, you can go to Camden Park. Although, apparently there is a vendor there at that mall that sells it. I just couldn't find it. I'm probably stupid and didn't see it. But if you do, tell me. I'll pin it in the comments or whatever. Once you go to Camden Park and you go to the entrance, if you take a hard left, you're going to see Bot Chad. Chad will sell you the light machine gun plan. It's also pretty expensive, but this one shouldn't be too bad because it's just one plan. FYI, if you like the excavator armor and you really want plans for it, they're all sold here. So, you know, if you want to buy those too. Now, the double barrel shotgun is a very different story. For the double barrel shotgun, you're going to want to teleport to the top of the world. Once you teleport here, you go to this little building here and go to the top floor. There's a robot there called Rose, and what she'll do is she'll give you a mission called Flavors and Mayhem. This mission isn't too hard to do, and once you complete it, you get the double barrel shotgun plan guaranteed. Again, none of these plans are hard to get. I wanted to make sure that you could get them all very easily, and well, you can. All of them are either purchasable or the missions to do them are just super easy. And with that all said and done, I guess that's the end of the video. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. We're almost at 500, which, as I've said in my Fallout first video, we get a bunch of benefits like memberships, donations, stuff like that. Stuff to make this channel a bit more of a living. And yeah, with all said and done, hope you have a good day.